Okay, let's find another blitz game. Against 1642. It's the same rating, so that's already a theoretical draw. Just kidding, at this rating, draws don't happen that often. Playing a Jobava London. This is still theory. He has 3 moves. Usually they go for that one. Defending c7. This is usually not what they want, because they are weakening their pawns a lot. This move, usually I get this move in, but now there's no knight there, so maybe that wasn't necessary. This is still alright. Yeah, making a square for my bishop. And basically I'm playing against some weak pawns here. And let's actually get rid of the knight as well. Yeah, he's gonna do that, but I made, like I said, made room for my bishop. I don't want to take because that gives him the full center. So I'm just gonna leave this tension. This is never a problem, not even if my knight is here. Definitely not now. And usually I want to get this in. I think in this case I'm gonna use my f-rook to support that. And yeah, he's gonna attack on this side, but I feel like that's not gonna do much. And still he has some weak pawns. Okay, so I can already get in there, which is annoying for him. So let's just do that. Could also double up, but I feel like I can also do that, always do that later. Yeah, this is weakening now. I feel like I kind of have to. Let's go for that. And if these trades happen, I do have an isolated pawn, but his pawn is weak as well. So he doesn't have that because his bishop is hanging. I'm still playing against his weak pawns. Although it's not easy, I mean, I can never take here. Okay, so what does that do? Can I go here now? Feel like this is alright. I can still take here. Although then I win the bishop in this position. And now I might be threatening this to win a pawn. I'm giving in some checks, which might be dangerous actually. Although after that, because my queen is here, he doesn't have a follow-up check, so I think that's alright. Should I cash in? Let's just go for it. And if he just takes, I don't think I'm taking with the queen. Because then he would have some follow-up checks. And if I take with the bishop, that also creates a square for my king. And now like this, he doesn't have a follow-up check. So I feel like that's alright. And I think for that reason I should take with the bishop. Now attacking g7 as well. Which is quite difficult for him to deal with. Because of this, I might have some funny move like bishop h7, threatening checkmate. Maybe if it's even simpler to just do something like this. And there. Can take here. If I go here, He takes with the bishop. Check. He gives up his bishop. So basically he needs to take with the king. And then this. Yeah, that's bad for him. So let's see what he does. I think this should be winning. Yeah, I feel like I should be winning now. He still doesn't have any checks, and I'm threatening to come in. I'm up 2 pawns. So it should be winning. But he still has a queen, so it's definitely worth playing on. If I get the chance, I'm gonna trade queens. Go to a winning endgame. So yeah, let's try something like that. Okay. Should I do that? Yeah, why not? So it's X-ray defense. Let's go back. Let's try to get in there now. He can't really do that because his bishop is hanging. So he does defend, but that drops his bishop as well. So I feel like that's all right. No, threatening checkmate. And I'm up a bishop and quite some pawns, so this is really bad for him. Yeah, so that does prevent checkmate. I don't know for how long. Yeah, let's just go for this, I don't know. And I could even just go to a winning endgame if I want to. You know what, let's just do that. Give up the bishop and say, okay, I'm up 3 pawns. What are you gonna do? So let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's just go here. There's so many ways to win now. Doesn't really matter. King out. The opposition. And let's just give him no moves basically. He needs to make a king move now. And I can come in. And yeah, let's just grab this one. It doesn't really matter. And he can get these pawns, but it's gonna take him a lot of time. By that time I have a queen. Can even sack my queen for this pawn if I want to. Or not even sack if he just gives it to me. So yeah, this is completely winning. And he resigns. Let's analyze the game. And he wants a rematch, but I'm making a video, so I'm gonna analyze. I had a 94.8 accuracy, so that's quite nice, especially for a blitz game. Rating estimated at 2300, my opponent 2100, so this was a very good game. And he's challenging me again. Go away. And no blunders, no mistakes. He did make 2 mistakes. I had 1 inaccuracy, but let's see. Quite happy with this this game. So to this point, it's still theory. Now in this position, like I said, they have 3 moves. They can play the move like they played in the game. They can defend like this, just giving up the bishop. This is usually bad. They ended up playing that anyway. And they can defend by checking me first and then going back here with the bishop. Well, he chose this. Then you always want to protect your knight with your bishop. And usually they continue something like this. And they really need to move the knight here. If they do something different, like just developing the bishop, attacking this, we can take here. If they take here, we have an intermezzo. They can save their bishop, and then we can save ours, or just take that bishop. And we've just won a pawn. If they take our bishop, we take theirs, and we've won a pawn as well. So they usually need to go there, and line goes on. Not gonna analyze that because that didn't happen in the game. Like I said, this wasn't the best. I knew that. Basically because this pawn is weak, and now especially because of this. Now this is given an accuracy. Yeah, in most positions this is the right thing to do. But here, because he already has this weakness, maybe this was not necessary. But it's still a nice position, I feel like. Yeah, and this wasn't necessary. Like I said, usually you play this move if this knight is here, so he just can never jump in. Sometimes you want to get your bishop out there, although usually it goes to e2 because there might be a fork coming here. So that was a little bit unnecessary, but still fine. Now here h3. Yeah, the engine already wants me to go back with my knight. But I feel like things like this is not really what I want. And the engine says it's okay. You can just give up your bishop. And I guess it's not the best bishop anyway, so that's fine. And my king is pretty safe. But I wanted to keep my bishop, so I played h3. And then got rid of the knight. Drop my bishop back. Oh yeah, because the knight is already gone, I'm wondering if bishop g3 is actually better. Yeah, it is. So I should have considered that. Mainly, I think, because of the endgame, which happened later. It just gives me an easy square for the king in a lot of positions. And the bishop can maybe reroute here sometimes. So it's a little bit more active. So here, this was my plan. Nothing wrong with that. Now here, this was a little bit annoying. Engine actually likes e4. Which is funny. Let's say he takes with the queen. Why is that wrong? And then f3. Yeah, so it just gives up 2 pawns for some tempo. I guess he can take here, by the way. So he has to go back now. Yeah, and then I can start attacking. Okay, maybe it was worth a pawn, but I felt like this is alright. And the engine says it's just a good move. And yeah, this was alright. Yeah, and this bishop move, I still don't really get what his idea was. What was my best response? e4, yeah, so that again. So apparently that was pretty strong. But here, he allowed me to win a pawn. And just to show you, if here I don't think taking with the queen would have been the right idea. No, that's even pretty bad. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I saw he had a lot of checks, and that's why I stopped calculating, because I felt like it would have been bad. Yeah, and I see why now, because if I move my king here... oh, I was thinking something different. Somehow I thought this was a dark squared bishop and he had a pin. A queen e1 check. Yeah, this is just gonna be checkmate. And of course, if I go back with my king, he at least has a draw. And apparently he can get his bishop in, and it's even gonna be winning for him as well. So had he taken here, I would have taken with a bishop. Let's see if that's all right. Yeah, that's completely fine. It's still winning for me. So, but instead he went there and then took. Now again here, I think this is the same idea. Yeah, so I should take with the bishop. And here I had some moves. I was considering this, which was all right. What I ended up playing was best. Like I said, if he takes with the bishop here, I have this check, and now he pretty much needs to give up his bishop. Yeah, it's made in 2, but the engine says give up your queen first, because that just delays it. So he can do that, so he needed to take with the king. And then I want another pawn here, and I just was threatening to come in. It's not an immediate checkmate, but yeah, that's... so try to trade queens, win another pawn. And at this point I was just like, okay, I'm gonna slowly win the game. And now he just hung his bishop. And yeah, here I was trying to see if I could find some checkmate. There was none, and I knew the engine wasn't gonna give this the best move because it basically hangs a bishop, but because I have just 3 pawns extra and his pawns are isolated as well, this is just completely winning for me. And yeah, apparently I even played all the best moves here. Okay, so pretty nice endgame. So far, still all the best moves, yeah. So the whole endgame I played best moves. That was nice. But yeah, these moves are really easy to find. And like I said, I could have done a lot of things differently. I didn't even need my king. Usually it's good to use your king in the endgame, but like I can try to get a best pawn on this side. And in the time his king comes over, then I can bring in my king. And I'm just gonna grab these pawns. That's also another thing to do, so yeah. Just a nice game. I hope you liked it, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.